I get all my paper scattered right here,
I'd like to again call the meeting to order and begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item is approval of the agenda as presented. Do we have any changes, modifications? Hearing none. I ask for a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I make the motion.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Public comment. We didn't have a sheet signed up here today. Is anyone here?
Because we're minus up.
Yeah,
And
for the
there's
public
somewhere.
comment. Seeing no hands go up, we'll check that off. Next item up is Mandy Jackson, Planning and Zoning.
She's
I don't think,
She's not here, but I think,
yeah, we can probably go ahead with that.
yes, what my understanding was, she wants to make the minimum size of a home smaller.
And the reason for that being, Randy, is I'm on the planning and zoning, is a lot of people are going to what they call this, little homes, small homes. And, right now, it's not enough square footage or too much square footage in order for them to get permits or whatever to put these up. I mean, they still have to have all of their,
All the amenities.
yeah, all the amenities, your water and or your sewage and all that. But we're just trying to break it down a little bit where they can have smaller places.
Our zoning was written back, I think, in the 1980s.
Yep.
And a lot of that is kind of
Mhm.
dated.
So it used to be 800 and we're going to 450.
Yeah.
Correct. And we are also removing the previous requirement that included porches or decks covered by a roof and the square footage.
Yeah.
So we're removing that requirement, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
That said, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The only other thing I want to make note of is that while she's changing this ordinance, there's a gap in there for cell towers and cell tower renovations. And if we put something in there, whenever she gets the attorney to draft the ordinance, we can get that corrected too. Because back when these were originally.
Oh, for the cell towers and
Yep,
stuff?
there was
Okay.
no mention, there was no cell towers, it wasn't a thing. And we get that as a regular reoccurring because they're constantly updating these towers.
Mhm.
And they just include that because I think that's a gap in there too. So
Okay.
we just get that taken care of while it's done. Next item up, Tracy Fisher, Community Correction Director. I don't see her here either. And does anybody know what Tracy wanted?
I do not.
I do not, I didn't see anything on her.
Yeah, back it either. Okay, let's skip over that one then. Next item we have is the payroll. This is for 4/11/2025 in the amount of $192,732.22.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion,
I second that.
and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next item up is the 4/11/2025 payroll withholding in the amount of $41,056.39.
I'll make a motion.
I second that.
Motion a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Health claims in the amount of $14,509.17.
I'll make a motion.
Motion,
Second.
second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Claims for the solid waste in the amount of $10,157.70.
I make a motion to approve.
We have a motion, we have a second, all those in favor?
Randy, I have a question on
Okay.
that. I approve, but I have a question on that. It's got 4 phone numbers. Is there 2 at Canton and 2 at Branchville because of the internet or what?
I think that they have internet there at both places, and,
Because I just see 2 telephone numbers.
yeah, unless
Fax number.
Wes has one down there. I don't know.
It's got the 843 and the 812-101, and I don't know why we would have 4 phone numbers
Okay.
for 2
That's where
classes.
I was gonna ask him again, we're getting a Tell City water bill,
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that too. Where does
Because
the
I'm
Tell
not
City water
sure.
bill come in?
sure where that's coming from either.
I looked at that and I didn't understand it. I know we have Antro, but that would be for
Yeah.
Branchville
Yes.
and the
And
county
Cannleton, we get a
utilities.
Cannleton utility bill already too, so.
Let's see, we got one from, a telephone bill from PSC for 4 numbers is 157 and 119.
I'm gonna ask about that,
Yeah.
because we have internet service up there,
Yeah, I know in
Also.
Canton.
and I think out at,
I think there
Branchville
is at
too.
Branchville because you can't get no service.
but I'll send him an email and ask him where those phones are and also where the Tell City water bill comes in.
Yeah.
Play at. Okay, need a vote yet on the solid waste? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Accounts payable for 4/11/2025 in the amount of $134,707.82.
Make a motion.
I second that.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next item is opening bids. 2, 3.
Open our own and bring one.
I got my pocket.
Okay. Hey, Chris, we didn't have anything on the Tracy Fisher Community Corrections. Did you have anything?
Did you know what she was on?
Which one?
Tracy Fisher.
Both of them canceled. Tracy, she had sent an email saying she needed to be on the council and the commissioners, but she just needed to be on the council
Okay.
for the grant approval. And
Okay.
then Mandy Jackson,
We got hers approved. She sent us
everything's
everything.
taken care of.
Yep.
Yeah, the stuff is, we got
Saw
it.
that letter that she
Yeah.
sent.
So those two are, sorry.
This one is from
I
Jay
apologize. I went to the baseball game. I totally forgot about the meeting tonight. I'm just running in too many directions.
Rudolph.
And what is this for? What is this all for? So the public.
4 lines, 4 roads. This is from Branchville Oriole Road from Old 37 to State Road 66. And Old State Road 237 from New State Road 237 to Tell City Limits. And then Old 237 from Tell City Limits to Cannleton City Limits. And then Old State Road 37 from the Highland subdivision to New State Road 237. The only one that's not the old 237 is the Branchville Oriole Road,
Okay.
so. Okay, the first bid, let's see, got 2 tabs here.
It was Jay Rudolph.
J.H. Rudolph.
This is for all 4 of them, correct? All 4 roads?
Yes, they're all together here. $2,484,460.92. Okay. Got a J.H. Rudolph. This is E&B paving. Same roads. Their bid is $1,698,400.
Who is this?
E&B paving. $1,698,400. And this is for CNR Construction. Their bid is $1,595,921.40.
You do that again?
I'm reading this, 1,000,000, that's a 5, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's like-
$1,595,921.40. Okay. With that said, it appears CNR is the low bidder.
Mhm.
We need to have a review. Steve, what kind of time limits do we have on these?
Move it to July, or July.
Well, we don't, we want to get them to work just as soon as we
Yeah.
possibly can.
Yeah,
So
there's no rush on this like there was the last one.
we just need to go through these to make sure everything's in order and then get them awarded just as soon as we possibly can. It's well within our budget, so we need to get started. Sooner the better. So, thank you three for being here. Appreciate it. It looks like we got competitive bids this round.
That's good. Thank you.
Next item we have up is the Branchville compactor. We had talked about that because we're going to do compactors in both places, but we need to do some grading work up at Hamilton before we can do anything there. But at our last meeting, we discussed it. We thought we'd go ahead with the Branchville one and see what we could get as far as remanufactured, rebuilt compactors and let Branchville go ahead, get theirs installed and operating. I ended up with two. There were several people I couldn't, there was only one with a refurbished piece of equipment that we actually was made available to us. But it is fair priced, what it is.
What's the warranty on that?
He's got listed down here 120 days parts and labor. But he had talked to me verbally, and I might be able to get that up to a year. Because when I spoke to him on the phone, he said that's something that he could do, but he didn't include it with his price. But I think he'll cover it for that. So,
Do we have the concrete pad at Branchville already?
yes.
Okay.
And see, part of this is we currently have a waste management
I know.
compactor out there.
Mhm.
And
Being charged out the nose for it.
that and what it's costing, our tipping fees are substantially, they're about twice what it costs us in Davis County. And then the trucking is quite a bit higher also. And so what, I had them all priced that they would come in, unhook the existing equipment, remove it, put the new equipment in, set it up, test it, make it work. And then they would take the other equipment back to waste management. So that's how, so it doesn't sit around there, out there in our way.
Yeah, because waste management's not real big on coming and getting, I don't know, what it takes 10 months for them to come
Oh my
get those
gosh.
dumpsters?
It takes a while with them. So this way we can move this process along. We'll save a fair amount of money
Yeah.
once we get it installed and we can start controlling it. And what we had them price, these containers are all set up with dual lifts. So in other words, you can bring them on your truck by cable or you can bring them on by hook. Our current provider, which is 5Gen, has a hook truck, and then there's several other cable trucks in the area. So those are available. This way we can bid that out
Right.
to whoever has the best price and let them manage it going forward as far as transportation. And we won't cut one in or out. So it costs a
We're
little more
anxious
to
to try to
make.
get one at County because the compactor itself, they're open top right now, but
Cannleton, we're gonna be buying a compactor there as soon as we get our grading and that,
Yeah.
and get the ground in shape and do
Mhm.
something. We'll have to pour a concrete pad and that up at that location.
that'll pay for itself alone right there, I'd say within 6 months.
It'll come back pretty quick once we start compacting everything
Mhm.
at that side, so.
I think the only note, it says about voltage confirmation, assuming that it would be the same.
Yes, what I want to do is if we decide to make a decision tonight, I want to contact him. And part of the requirement would be that he visits the site, confirms that what he's providing as a refurb. We'll hook up, everything's fine, that there's not some other quirky issue that
Issues.
comes up that causes us difficulties. He needs to, and as long as he's okay with that, he's gonna change the electric and everything out. Is that all suitable?
So they actually just do it all.
The idea is, yep, we're not gonna hire an electrician or
Yep.
anyone else. He's gonna bring it in, install it, test it, run it, train the people, and do everything.
Yeah, and it's actually 2 yards bigger than the one
And this, I don't see a warranty on this one,
from municipal.
on the new one.
And all I see is about $13,000 difference.
Well, and they've only got one container priced,
Mhm.
and he's got two, and there's still 13,000 difference,
Yeah,
so.
I make a motion that we
Approve also.
go with all set equipment on the refurbished. As long as he comes and looks at the site and makes sure.
Contingent upon his
Yeah,
approval that-
Contingent upon it.
Everything is in order.
I second that.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I'll call him tomorrow. Next meeting, Monday, May 5th at 9 a.m. Thank you. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
I second that.
A motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
It's a quick one.